Welcome to day 41 of Road to 2000. Sorry if my hair looks like a wet dog. Let's get right to it. For the most part, gone backwards in the last few days. I've kind of determined that I have a bit of an issue with focusing a whole lot on my games, like at crucial moments. Um, I thought about it kind of deeply into it, and I think a lot of it has to do with not calculating, like being lazy about calculating. Oh, but the other day, Magnus did say that Fabi, he's not that good of a calculator. It's just that he does calculate. So I think he was inferring most people don't because they're lazy, which is true. By most people, I mean me. E4. He plays the Alekhine. Yeah, Alekhines. So we're going to go here. Yeah. And then here. Wait. Yeah. And then here. And then here. It's this crazy big center opening. I've not played this in a very long time. But this is somehow like good for, or not good, but like uh, equal for black. Although it looks as if it shouldn't be. Okay. Already having to play a bit accurately. What about just this? Yeah, it makes it, to me, it seems almost like this is already a bad move on his part. I go here, he takes, I take, he takes with pawn. Is that worth doing? Let's go here. Let's develop, not get too wrapped up in pawn play. Something's telling me I need to do this. Okay, well, I lost a pawn. That's more or less what I'm prepared to do. Yeah, now I'm kind of thinking this made absolutely no sense. He's just completely fine going here. With tempo, of course. Yeah, that was just a bad move on my part. I have open lanes in the center. This could be good or bad. My main goal is going to be to, well, of course, develop. Maybe get a rook in the center. Getting my rooks in the center here is like, that's pretty much going to be my game plan. A bit slow. Maybe it's just because I played a bunch of bullet. I'm almost at 1300 on bullet, which is fun. He's gonna check me, I bet. It would have been good to check me and then to take this pawn. So it's a good thing he didn't do that. Okay. I don't like my position at all. I might end up moving the king here. Probably will. So we're going to go here. Actually, I think I'll go here. You can have the bishop. This also guards a check, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I'll just castle here. He can come here, but it doesn't come with any threat. All right. Oh, he just gave me a fork. Just a good old Forkarooski. Forkalopolis. Okay, well. Yeah, the difference between you and I is that I can, I don't know, move my rook. Why was I so triggered acting whenever I just said that? I mean, he can move his rook too, but he can only move one of them. So it'd be pretty nice to win. If I had an audience that actually like was big enough to contribute, no offense, because I don't have that big of an audience is what I'm getting at. But anyways, I would be asking something like, how do I get my sound to how do I get it to where I can hear what I'm doing, like the piece moves and stuff like that? Okay. Wait, he just gave up a full rook, right? Yeah, he just gave up a full rook. Yeah, I think he's just kind of like a little bit flustered at this point. But I gotta, I gotta play pretty accurately here. Let's go ahead, connect the old rooks. Right. I mean, I can take a pawn here. Man, this is interesting. What does he have? I don't think he has any. He can't really attack me. I could kick the queen out. I just don't see what he can really do here. I could maybe even just. I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go here. Hopefully he takes. Oh, okay. So we do this. Okay, now we do have a bishop hanging. This does get a bit tricky. So I'm up a full piece pretty well, right? So I'll just go here. I'm going to go here. And then if he takes my bishop, or sorry, my rook, with his knight, then like he thinks he's getting ahead a little bit, but like I'm so far up in material that, especially with a queen trade, this is just so much better for me. Yeah. Okay, so why don't we just do a queen trade here? Queen trade. Forced, of course, because it's with check. And then, of course, he's going to try and move this pawn. But I take it because I have a pawn on f4. See how that works? Dude can literally do almost nothing. This is resignable because he does that and then he loses another pawn. And then he does that and he loses another pawn. Although he could come here, but it wouldn't matter after I move my other rook. I might do it. Should I do it? Actually, okay, so let's calculate. Let's do what we say we don't do. So I come here, he comes here. I go rook e1. And he comes here. And then yeah, I don't know that, I don't know if that's really good. So I'm just gonna come here. Kind of be preemptive about it. I just hung a pawn. But that's all right. Here, we'll make it to where I'm not hanging a pawn. And maybe I'll just march the pawns up the board. I mean, honestly, that seems like a pretty smart thing to do. Okay. March my king with my pawns. Pretty tough position for him. Oh no, he just won my rook. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Now we're equal in material. That really sucks. Oh, that's what happens when you take your foot off the gas. I mean, truthfully, when you're winning by so much, that does happen. Man, that sucks. We're just gonna get a queen right quick. This. Oh, this is really annoying me. And I'm in low time. For what it's worth, this is like a pretty good way of explaining my. Oh, this is just brutal. This is a pretty good way of explaining the how I lose focus in key moments. I mean, that's exactly what I talked about, and here it is happening. I'm down 2 minutes, and I'm in a. I mean, I have more advanced pawns, but like, I think this is harder for me. Maybe I just need to get my rook. Yeah, I got to get over here, check the king. Okay, so he just blundered. He just let me back in. And I had a feeling he was going to do that since he could. All right, we're in business. Can we win the 5 on can we win the 5-on-1 pawns? Queen up. Of course I'm up in material. Yep, this might be pretty straightforward. Yep, he resigns. So I mean, it illustrates the point I've been making, or I was making at the first of the video. It's just unnecessary to hang a rook, and for those who aren't, didn't follow it quite. So this, I'm just thinking, okay, yeah, he's making just random moves, right? Because he has nothing and he knows it. But what he does here is he disconnects my my rook from my other rook, and so one thing grandmasters talk about is like having loose pieces. The concept of having loose pieces basically means like that you should have, or not having loose pieces means that you should have like your pieces guarded by other pieces and pawns like multiple fold over, so that like, okay, so this is guarded by one, but what if the bishop comes in between and it's anchored? Well, uh, then you have problems. So like if my knight was anchoring as well, or maybe just don't hold my rook here for no reason. This was just lazy and thoughtless. But he comes with check, and then it's forced. I can't save my rook. So it's something definitely to avoid, or maybe just make it to where you can't check me on that square. But I quite frankly wasn't looking for that. Tactically, I was not aware of that. However, after knight takes, so very unwise of me, I blocked because I wasn't even thinking about my rooking. After knight takes, he can take my rook, but it just becomes a trade, and then I move my knight, and we're doing fine again. But after this, that was tough. Yeah, I did have to really turn up the tactical awareness to like before he made this king move to g5. I did actually kind of think about him doing that, because I was like, okay, well, he can infiltrate into that square and win a pawn, essentially, is what he would do, but he just didn't think of g7. So yeah, and it's mate and 8, it says. So yeah, it's the luck went both ways this time. So luckily for me, because a lot of times whenever I give up my advantage on these games, I don't get it back. So glad we got a win, and hopefully we'll get closer to 2000 with time. Thank you guys. I'll keep it short. Not so short. It's almost 20 minutes. Have a good night and enjoy your evening.